turn left at the end of this road. So when you're committing to a turn, just look both ways, make sure it's 100% safe, and then just focus on the turn, okay? Put all your attention on the turn. Moving over to your left, closing the gap off on the curb. There we go, much better. So if you get all your checks out of the way first, make sure it's 100% safe, and then just focus on the turn, you'll be in much better control of the bike. Remember, the guideline I give on a two-way road is right-hand wheel track, unless there's an oncoming car or blind corner coming up. Get one of those two things pop up, then we move back over to our left away from the possible hazard. So blind corner coming up, where would we want to be? Yep. Exactly. More to your left though, because you don't want to be on that oil slick, okay? You don't want to be on that little dirty part of the middle of the lane. Back over to our right-hand wheel track. Head checking the side streets. And then we'll turn right at the end here, okay? How are we feeling on the bike? Good? Okay, cool. At the giveaway sign, we're going to be turning left, or where that car just turned. So moving over to your left now. Closing the gap off on the curb. Remember to use that rear brake when you're riding slowly, okay? Okay, that was a bit dangerous there. Yeah, so if there's a car coming, come to a stop, okay? Don't just ride slowly hoping that they'll pass you before you cross that giveaway. We'll turn right here. Yeah, we're coming to a stop. So, with our feet position, always have your right foot up, okay? Do try to come to a stop in first gear if you can, so that way we're always ready to take off if we have to. So we don't want to be stopping in second or third, for example. Always want to stop in first gear before we stop. Oh, sorry, we always want to stop in first gear, so get into first before we stop. Alright, so when you're ready, continue on. These speed bumps are pretty flat, so not much of a bump to them. So we've got the blind corner coming up ahead, so best to move to our left-hand wheel track now. Because if we can't see around the bend, best to be away from anything that might be overshooting the turns. Once we can see down the road, we can move back to our right-hand wheel track if there's no cars coming. So you're on the oil slick at the moment. There we go. Now we can see there's a car coming, so where do we want to be? Excellent. So just stay in your left for now. When we go around the blind corner up ahead, we're going to be going through a roundabout. And you can kind of see on the road at the moment where the wheels of the cars have been going through. So try to follow that left-hand wheel track through the roundabout. Now back to our right. Guideline sign we use for this road is right-hand wheel track, unless we're turning left, or if there's a vehicle in the middle. Remember our head checks for the side streets. Just got to always check them before we're passing them. So this one now, checking now. Yep, now looking ahead. Checking now, yep, looking ahead. Let's get our speed up a little bit more, because we're in... There we go. Checking our mirrors, making sure that... Excellent. That speed that you just took this roundabout out was perfect, okay? Test-wise anyway, so... Yeah, always get your speed down to that roughly what you had it just then, because that way if a car... Hopefully. Okay, then obviously if a car comes out of nowhere, you're not going to have as much time to stop properly. And just running a little bit wide there. So really try to focus on where the wheels of the cars have been going through the roundabouts. Because when we exit a roundabout in a car, our wheels are really close to the curb. You're just more taking a more natural line through. So yeah, try to just focus on where the wheels of the cars have been going through and follow that, because that's where our grip is. Or you can stay on your left if you want. It's up to you. And wheel track. Doesn't matter. There we go. Perfect. Good work. Just got to indicate for just got to indicate for your exit. And we'll turn left at this roundabout. There we go, and then right-hand wheel track, and we're going to turn right at this next roundabout. How are you feeling so far? Good? Cool. Yeah, second gear is fine for going around roundabouts. First gear is only good for about 20k an hour, so it's a very, very short gear on that bike. Whereas the bike that I'm on at the moment, it'll do 100 in first gear. Yep, coming to a stop with our right foot up. So you always want to have your right foot up instead of your left, because then we'll always have access to that rear brake if we need to. Yep. So you've got a gear indicator in the middle of the dash there that you can check. Try not to rely on it too much, because it can be hard to see with the sun where it is at the moment. Line corner, yep, you're already onto it. And then we're going to turn. Okay. Now we're about to go through around some really sharp corners. So I just want you to go around the sharp corners in your left-hand wheel track. Pick a distance from the curb and maintain it all the way around the turn, okay?
So in other words, don't cut the corner. So the slower you do this, the easier it will be. So there, we're in the oil slick, and now we're back in our left-hand wheel track. So we want to maintain around the turn.
You'll be a much better bike rider if you can control your line through the turn all the time. It is up the corners all the time, but yeah, not as safe, no. And wheel track because of the parked cars. And then we'll take our next left-hand turn. So moving over to our left now, yep. So now we've got another sharp corner coming up. So same thing again, pick a distance from the curb, maintain it all the way around the turn. So if you start moving away from the curb, you know you can't. Much better than the first time. Good work. At the giveaway sign, we're going to turn left. So as a new rider, that's what you want to more concentrate on. If you want to be able to take a corner while maintaining your line. And unless you can maintain your line, the slower you should probably go then. So if you start, then you should probably slow down. Much more effectively. Right hand wheel track, getting ready to overtake the parked car. Yep, indicate, mirror, shoulder check, good. Indicate, mirror, shoulder check, moving back across again. And we're just going to go straight through the roundabout. Head checks for the side streets. Good to do 53 here, so it's the weekend. We don't. Right at the very end of the street. There we go, island in the middle of the road, so right hand wheel track straight away. See how you're riding in that light? Yeah, that's the unused part of the road that we want to avoid. Alright, he's at the roundabout up ahead. So yeah, always try to that's where all the dirt and crap builds up. Turning left here. So left-hand lane, but right-hand wheel track. So with dual lane roads like this, always want the position closest to the dotted white line, even if we're in the right-hand lane. So if we were in the right-hand lane, we'd want the left-hand wheel track. We're in view of everyone's mirrors in both lanes if we were in heavy traffic. Now when we turn left at that roundabout back there, just got to remember to close the gap off on the curb so you can't fit another bike between us and the curb. So doing nothing but looking to your right and just looking for cars, which was fine, but just maybe check your spacing from the curb a little bit as well. Now with traffic lights, obviously if they're red we come to a stop. Right, look left before we cross through them, okay? And we always look to the right first because that'll be the closest lane of traffic that'll hit us if they're running the red light. So looking right, looking left, staying in your side of the road, yep. Cool. Got the merge point coming up. Shoulder check.
moving all the way to your right-hand wheel track because of the parked car. Excellent. How are you feeling? Good? Sweet. We're going to turn right at these lights, okay? Looking right. Don't cut the island. Excellent, good work. End of the road, we're going to be turning right, and then we'll be taking our next. So turning right just here, and then we're going to take our second left-hand turn. We've got the parked car there, here, so don't move over just yet. Head check the side streets. Now change your wheel.